First, let me start by acknowledging the presence of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development, Assistant Chief Education Officer, CXC Local Registrar, members of the media who are here, and the listening public. Good morning, everyone. At this time, I'm going to give you a status of all our schools. At the beginning, we were announcing the reopening of schools, but as we went along, there are some that we did not announce. So I will be giving you a status report on all of our schools in Dominica. Out of the 58 primary schools, 49 of them are now open. And out of the 15 secondary schools, all of them have now reopened. However, out of the 49 primary schools reopened, 42 have opened for all students, while 7 for the upper grades. And 8 primary schools are still shelters. 9 primary schools have not yet started. Out of the 15 secondary schools reopened, 9 have opened for all students, while 6 are opened for the upper form levels. 3 of our secondary schools are still shelters. I will now call the primary schools that are presently open according to district. So in the Northern District, the following schools are open for all students: Dublin, Jordan, Wesley, Thibault, Penville, St. John's Primary, Temple SDA, Clifton, W.S. Stevens, Baroness Patricia Scotland in Vickers, Benz, Calibishi, Paybush Primary School. The students of Colliho are attending school at and with the students of Culibistry while their school is presently being renovated. The 2 schools in the north, will open for all their students on Monday coming, November 27th. Roosevelt Douglas Primary at their site, Roosevelt Douglas Primary School, and Woodford Hill will be on a shift with Wesley Primary. School will start for all students beginning at 1:45 to 4:30. The students will be bused to the school. As a result, students of Wesley Primary School will attend from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Works is ongoing at the Savonpai Primary School, and therefore reopening will be announced at a later time. In the Southern District, the following schools are open for all students: Newtown, Wharton Waven, Pettit Savannah at Bath Estate, Mont Prosper, Tetmon, Granby. Tetmon is occupying the community center at Tetmon. Girondale, all the students are housed on the property of the Girondale Village Council on the site of the flower show. Their building is now being rehabilitated. At Soufriere Primary, the students from grades 1 to 6 are attending classes at the Catholic Church Hall on a shift system. Grades 1 to 3 are attending from 8:30 to 12:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., while grades 4 to 6 are attending from 12:45 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. At the St. Luke's School, the students from grades 1 to 6 are attending. At Bagatelle Primary, the students from grades 5 and 6 have been attending, but from Monday, November 27, school reopens for all the students from grades K to 6. Bellevue Chopin will open for grade 6 on Monday, November 27. All other students will report on Wednesday, November 29. Trafalgar is still a shelter, and therefore we are working on the relocation of the people with Ministry of Social Services and Housing to relocate them before bringing in the students. In the Western District, the following schools are open for all students: Caleb John Laura in St. Joseph, Culibistry, Berrien Academy, Western District SDA in St. Joseph, St. Mary's Primary, Campbell, Salisbury, Christian Union Primary, Pioneer Prep, Ebenezer SDA in Roseau, Convent Prep. All the students of Maho Primary are now attending school at the Maho Community Center. At the Massac Primary School, only students of grades 2 to 6 are attending. At the St. Martin Primary, students of grades 4, 5, and 6 are attending. Students of the Rosa Primary will share the space of the Pidit Savant Primary School at Bath Estate and will reopen on Monday 27th for grades 5 and 6 from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and grades 1 to 4 from 12:45 to 4:30 p.m. As a result, the students of the Pidit Savant School will start at 8:30 a.m. and end at 12:30 p.m. The Goodwill Primary School will remain closed for at least one more week while renovations to a section of the school is being completed. In the Eastern District, the following schools are open for all students: Grand Fond, Salibia, Bells, Saint-Sauvé, Montjean, Jones Beaupier, Lighthouse, and Delices. Lighthouse is occupying space in the church. The students of grades 5 and 6 at the Sinico Primary School attend classes at the Sinico Resource Center, while grades K to 4 attend classes in tents on the school compound. All the students of the Cassabruce Primary School are now attending classes at the Cassabruce Secondary School from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. At the Atkinson Primary School, only students from grades 5 and 6 are attending school at the Atkinson Resource Center. Concord and Warner Primary Schools are shelters and are still closed. Secondary schools. All 15 of the secondary schools are now opened. However, only 9 are open for all students, while 6 are open for the upper forms. The 9 schools that are open for all students are Pierre Charles Secondary, St. Martin Secondary, Dominica Community High School, Orion Academy, St. John's, Convent High School, St. Mary's Academy, Wesley High School, Dominica Seventh-day Adventist School in Portsmouth. Isaiah Thomas Secondary, Cassabruce Secondary, Portsmouth Secondary, and Northeast Comprehensive have phased in their students, and so as of Monday, November 27th, all 3rd, 4th, and 5th formers are expected to report to school. At present, the 4th and 5th formers at the Dominica Grammar School and Goodwill Secondary School are sharing the Dominica Grammar School new wing on a shift system. Students of the Dominica Grammar School attend from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., while those from Goodwill Secondary School attend from 12:45 to 4:45 p.m. A total of 27 schools are using tents together with some parts of their school building or another building to house their students. With regards to psychosocial support, 842 teachers from both primary and secondary schools have participated in psychosocial support training. And as we speak, psychosocial support training is ongoing for teachers in the early childhood sector and the special education schools. And the intention is that as soon as their students come in, they're expected to do at least a 3-day psychosocial support program with all students. As mentioned previously, all schools operate from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. except if they are on a shift system. School will close for the Christmas vacation on December 20th, 2017, and reopen for the second term on January 3rd, 2017. We want to thank all the officers who are committed and working hard to ensure that our students access their education in the quickest possible time. I also want to thank the principals and teachers who are leading the way and doing all in their power to get school going. We know that you are working under extraordinary circumstances, and we thank you for the sacrifices that you continue to make as you work on sorting your personal affairs while managing your professional life. Thank you to all the external agencies. I know PS will say some of that, but I wanted to say some of it too. Thank you to all the external agencies who are working alongside us in the recovery effort. Dominica will always be eternally grateful. And the Ministry of Education, my office, our staff will continue to work to ensure that all our students have access to their education by the end of December 2017. I now hand over back to the Permanent Secretary.